That's Bill.
And that's Will.
Today on the Bill and Will Show, we're going to talk NFL Week 8. All the surprises, all the punches that were thrown, all the field goals that were kicked, all the losses and wins, all the fumbles. Speaking of fumbles, Gibson, let's start it off with Cam Newton and the Buffalo Bills game. Gibson, did you get a chance to watch it?
Oh, Cam. Cam sucks. This just in. News break, Cam sucks. He's garbage. Hold on, dude. I got a call coming in. Hold on. Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, thanks. This just in, Cam still sucks. Ridiculous.
Honestly, Cam threw for 174 yards. He threw 10 times to a joker. Name exactly why I don't know his name, because he was a quarterback in college. Cam has no help, and he's not helping himself, fumbling with 40 seconds left in the game on the 20-yard line to go to overtime and maybe win the game. He's saying all the right things in the post conferences after the game, but the problem is he keeps losing. Since COVID hit him, he's been a disaster, Gibson. He's been a disaster. The Patriots this year are being a disaster, and it makes me think, did they really make the right choice of letting Tom Brady go? Stephen Diggs is the guy that I'm referring to. That was a quarterback in in college, and that's the best.
Okay.
No, Stephen Diggs Stephen Diggs plays for Buffalo. He's from the Vikings. Sorry. There's another guy that played for Cam this weekend. That was a receiver for those guys. His name is Harris. Mays. Is it Myers? Sorry, Myers. I can't read. Myers. 6 receptions for 58 yards. He was a quarterback in college. They ran over 100 yards on the ground, but that's all they have is a running game right now. Cam running the ball, Harris running the ball, and they're throwing to another quarterback. So I can't put it all on Cam, but I can't put it all on Cam because his fumble led to the loss.
Well, see, here's the thing about, was it a mistake to let Tom Brady go? And I'm going to say no, it was not a mistake, and I'll tell you why. If Tom Brady was there right now, he'd be having the same problems Cam is having right now. Same exact problems. But see, here's the difference between the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers already had weapons when Tom Brady got there. So Tom Brady left the outhouse and went to the White House. Cam Newton, he inherited a rebuild situation. He don't have any weapons, but he can win with the weapons that he does have. But Cam is garbage. Cam is garbage.
To be honest with you, he was the best quarterback in this game.
Well, the thing about it, the thing about it is, Cam is going to be the best quarterback in a lot of games because of his previous resume. But this is a "what have you done for me lately" league. And
Cam was better than Jared Allen in this game, minus the resumes. And Cam was the best quarterback in this game up until he fumbled and lost the game for his team. Jared Allen didn't play spectacular in this game. The Patriots defense, they surprised me without Gilmore. They really surprised me. They played well. But Cam, there's turnovers, and then there's turnovers. And you can have a turnover in the first quarter, second quarter, even the third quarter, that might not cost you the game. But this turnover that he had in the last 40 seconds, 20 seconds, really cost them the game because they were in field goal range. They could have kicked the chippy and went to overtime and had another life. But his fumble cost them everything, man. And him after the game saying all the right stuff. That's 2 games in a row he said the right stuff. Only bad thing about saying the right stuff is it's after a loss. You got to start saying the right stuff after a win, you know?
Yep.
Am I ready to call Cam garbage? No, because therefore I'll have to call myself garbage. And Cam's better than me at quarterback, and I think I'm really good at quarterback. So I can't call him garbage unless I want to call myself garbage.
You're not a quarterback. You don't play in the NFL.
But I'm aspiring to play in the NFL one day, and I ain't gonna call myself garbage. Okay, I refuse to call someone that's better than me garbage. All right, Gibson.
Okay, well you stay with that. Let me do it. Cam, you're garbage. Garbage. Rubbish. Bomb. Get out of there.
The good thing about the good thing about Cam, he does have the Jets coming in next week, and what's a better confidence builder than to play in the Jets?
The Jets gonna beat them.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Next, let's go. Let's go to another game. I knew you was gonna say that. Let's go.
The Patriots. There's gonna be 2 0-7 teams playing against each other. Garbage.
You don't believe that, and I don't believe it. I'm not gonna take credence to that. I'm not gonna take nothing from that. Let's go to another interesting game of the week, Gibson. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. Give me your take.
You gotta take the Raiders serious. The Raiders are no easy out. You talking about the Raiders or you talking about Cincinnati Bengals?
We're talking about the Raiders, Gibson. Sorry about that.
You got to take the Las Vegas Raiders serious. The Cleveland Browns are a joke. They got a garbage quarterback over there in Cleveland. They got some good talent around him, but he's not able to get the job done.
I don't know, Gibson. Say about Baker Mayfield. I watch all the sports shows and I'm looking at it. Everybody want to talk about the Browns all the time because of Baker Mayfield. He's just not it.
He's not it.
Yeah, people want to give him the benefit of the doubt because it was both teams didn't play well. Both quarterbacks didn't play well. They both combined for, I think, 244 yards passing, you know, but one quarterback won, the other quarterback didn't win. And Baker Mayfield as a number one quarterback Heisman winner, and all the commercials and all the praise he's gotten, he's just not that guy. And you can see it by watching them play and when it's big time. I mean, they are 5-3 right now, but if I had to put my money on the Cleveland Browns, I wouldn't.
Nope, I wouldn't.
Against all the elite against all the elite talent in the NFL, or the subpar teams, I couldn't put my money against the Browns. I couldn't put my money for the Browns just because of one player, and that's Baker Mayfield. I think they have great running backs. They have great receivers. And the person that's making them lose and not helping them win is Baker Mayfield.
Baker's garbage.
You don't see the Baker Mayfield you don't see the same Baker Mayfield when he's playing the Bengals. Baker Mayfield plays up to his competition and down to his competition, and it's so inconsistent. I'd rather have Kirk Cousins than Baker Mayfield, and that says a lot because I think Kirk Cousins is one of the most inconsistent losing quarterbacks in the NFL, Gibson.
Kirk Cousins got paid. And how he did that, I have no idea. He came from the Washington Redskins. and got paid. Unbelievable.
That's a fact.
I don't understand that.
And your sentiments at the beginning of this video.
The Vikings got rid of 3 big-time quarterbacks to sign Kirk Cousins.
I'm with you on your first sentiments that you said about Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they're somebody to look out for. I think they're a team that's growing in confidence. They were 3 for their last 4. I mean, they were 1 for their last 4 actually. Against some good teams though. They played the Chiefs in there. They played some other good teams in there. As you can see on their record here, they're 2 and 5 in their last games, but they lost to some pretty good teams. To be honest with you, other than that Patriots loss, that looks the only bad loss that they had. But they lost to the Buccaneers, which Buccaneers is a good team. They lost to the Bills, which is a good team. They lost to the Chiefs, which is a good team. The only team that they should have beat was the Patriots, to be honest with you, and they didn't do that. So I think they're gaining momentum.
Well, this is what I know. Las Vegas is not an easy out. They're going to make the playoffs.
They're not easy. I agree.
They're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to beat somebody that thought they was on their way to the Super Bowl.
I agree with you on that one. Let's go on. You got any comments about Tennessee and the Bengals? I skip right over them.
I tell you what, man, Joe Burrow, he's legit.
Having two wins on the season, 2-5-1 I believe for the Bengals. I like Joe Burrow. He has that it factor, even though the record doesn't show it. I just hope the Bengals put him in the right situation to win one day, man, as an organization. Did you get to watch? Did you see any of the Indianapolis versus Detroit game?
Detroit is about to lose their coach, Matt Patricia.
He's on the hot seat, huh?
Yeah, he's going to be out of there. He's going to be out of
Okay.
there. I personally make a quarterback change. I don't like the quarterback. I know he got a lot of big stats, blah, 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 but he's a loser. So you got to start at the top and work your way down. So the Detroit management, Detroit head coach, and Detroit quarterback, they all got to go.
I told you before the season that the coach would be really good. You didn't believe me. You started to come around the corner and try to see it. You didn't think I still don't trust Phillip Rivers. I still think he'll throw an interception in the right time in the fourth quarter. But right now he has his team playing at a great pace, at a great tempo, at a great confidence level right now. And I like seeing them do well, to be honest with you. As for Matt Stafford, he's a great quarterback. If he ever hits the market, there's going to be probably 20 teams trying to get his services, to be honest with you.
Get out of
but
here.
Yes, there will be. Matt Stafford is a very good quarterback. But the Detroit Lions, if anybody ever say that they're a good team, they'll be lying. No, but honestly, their organization in whole has been horrible since Barry Sanders, since probably before Barry Sanders. They've never been good, and since I've been alive. To be honest, I've been alive 34 years, so I don't expect them to do anything. Matt Patricia, I think you were Pittsburgh. I think you were with the Patriots at one point.
Yeah, Patriots.
When you left, you got to get some experience somewhere. It just happens to be a team that's going to get you fired, which is okay. It happens to the best of them. But yeah, y'all aren't good at all, and good luck, because y'all are last place now. Y'all 0-3 in y'all conference, and y'all will never be better than the Vikings. Y'all never be better than the Bears, and y'all won't never be better than the Green Bay Packers. So good luck. I'm glad that was quick and honest and easy. As for the Vikings, it's a great segue. Vikings versus Green Bay. Did you watch the game?
I did not watch that game, but I was surprised.
Stop.
that game.
Um,
Very surprised. Couldn't believe it. That's why I didn't watch it, because I thought Green Bay was going to murder those guys. Green Bay is at home. Green Bay was 5-something, 5-1. I just felt like they were going to win that game. I didn't watch it because I thought it was going to be a shoe-in.
well, you know what happened?
The Minnesota Vikings is 2-5 on the road against Green Bay. No way, man.
I think Dalvin Cook said, you know what? I'll do it all. And the woeful Green Bay Packers and their run defense has been this way for the last 2-3 years. They've been horrible. And Dalvin Cook ran it down their throat. He ran it down their throat, Gibson. 3 touchdowns, 30 carries for 162 yards, it says there. And he was just running. Every time I looked up, I was watching Red Zone, so I catch a little bit of each game. He was scoring a touchdown. 5 yards a pop, Gibson. Every time he touched the ball, 5 yards a pop. So, honestly, they lined up, and you know this is football. They lined up, and they said, can you stop us? It's going to be a mano. Can you stop us? And they ran it down their throat, Gibson. That's how he lost the game. And offensively, Aaron Rodgers had another stellar game, almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. But they just don't have enough to 22 points. Come on, man. It's just not enough.
I don't like the fact that he had 41 throws. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like that. 41. And then he had 3 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough. You got to get him. You got to either shore up that defense on that defensive line and to stop the run, or you got to get him a big time real number 1 receiver to go across with Adams. Adams had a great game. He had 2 touchdowns, but as you can see, man, it's just not enough. Kansas City had a bye week this week. Even though they played the Jets, it was still a bye week for them. Mahomes had 416 yards. Of course, we got to mention that. He's great.
Is he great?
And let's mention – he was amazing. And let's say the Jets, let's mention them because their leading rusher had 30 yards. All right, Frank Gore. Good job, Frank Gore. You're about 48 years old.
See, this man, my goodness. Lord have mercy.
Let's talk about Roll Tide Tua, Gibson. I'll let you start it off. That's your neck of the wood, the SEC. Let's talk about Tua.
Well, it's clearly Miami has decided to move on to the future. They've decided to move on. And they've decided to move on with Tua. They want to see what they got. If Tua can play, let's see what he can do. If he can't play, we're going to draft Trevor Lawrence number 1.
Gibson, they got 4 wins. They ain't nowhere near the lottery. What are you talking about?
Lottery in football, they could trade up. Hey, man,
You're right. They got a lot of draft picks.
Trade up. Go get him, number 1.
You're right. They got a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, but, Tua's the guy. Tua needs to learn that this is not the SEC and you can't be running the ball. So he's going to get that down. They're going to talk to him about that. Drop back. Read number 1, read number 2, maybe read number 3, but if you don't have that read 3 or 2, throw it away. You don't need to be running and all that stuff. And, Tua has the it factor. Tua has it, and he's going to make Miami a really good team. They can build around him. They can build around him. I hate that he had under 100 yards passing, but he did a touchdown. I don't know why you laughing. It was his first NFL start.
Oh, Gibson.
It was his first NFL start.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at you, Gibson. I'm sorry. Continue.
So, he had 22 attempts. He had under 100 yards passing, but it's his first start. He didn't take the number 1 snaps with the first team. No. But he came out. He played a decent game, and he beat a good football team, the Los Angeles Rams. That's a good football team. They got a decent defense. It's not stellar, but they got a decent defense and they won that game. I'm happy for Tua. I think that this is a great start for him in his NFL career.
Well, I'm with you saying the Dolphins are moving on and they're trying to see what they have in Tua. And the thing about it is they didn't find out what Tua could do this game because he didn't do nothing. You know when you're in school and they give you an I as an incomplete. This game he didn't show nothing.
What do you mean he didn't show nothing?
Gibson, look at this, Gibson. They had a combined total as a team of 145 yards. Okay? This was one. The Miami Dolphins won this game on special teams and on defense. Okay? The Dolphins, I don't know how, the way they lost, they had 4 turnovers, and that's the only reason the LA Rams lost this game, because they had 4 turnovers. They had 340 passing yards. They had 131 rushing yards, Gibson, but they had turnovers, and that's why they lost the game. It's as simple as that. Tua had 12 receptions. His leading receiver had 16 yards. You want me to say that again? His leading receiver had 3 catches for 16 yards. His longest throw his longest throws were 15 yards, Gibson.
16.
15 is right here. All right, 15. You see it? Okay. All right. All right. He almost had as many incompletes as he had completions. All right, Gibson. You're gonna keep on going, Gibson?
You can keep on going if you want to, but it doesn't take away the fact that they won 28-17.
I'm not gonna take away anything from the Miami Dolphins, but from Tua, I'm not
here by themselves. They played another NFL football team that was pretty good. So Gibson, the first thing that means, all the stats you just mentioned, it means that the defense for the Miami Dolphins stepped up. It means that the special teams for the Miami Dolphins stepped up. And because they stepped up, there wasn't a whole lot of pressure on Tua. This was his first NFL start. You think
Gibson?
Oh no, man! It'd be different if they played against
any quarterback in the NFL, any starter or any backup in the NFL would have won this game. Is what I'm saying to you.
Okay, so the quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams, Jared Goff, he didn't win this game.
If he was on the Miami Dolphins, he would have won this game.
You talking about? No, Jared Goff didn't play.
What I'm saying is, if any NFL quarterback played for the Miami Dolphins on Sunday against the Rams, they would have won the game. That's all I'm saying.
Because the coaching staff for the Miami Dolphins, to me, they stepped up and shut them down. This team was 5-2 when they played this game. They lost.
Gibson, I agree with you. That's why I say I take nothing away from the Miami Dolphins and what they did.
Away from the Miami Dolphins. You bragging on my boy Tua.
I ain't the only one that took something away. The Los Angeles Rams took something away from him too. Tua. He had 90 yards passing. Gibson. 12 receptions for 22. Any quarterback, any starter or backup quarterback would have won this game in NFL if they played for the Miami Dolphins, Gibson.
And guess what it happened to be? Tua. And he won.
It just happened to be Tua. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Next week, the Dolphins get to play. Let's see. They get to play the Cardinals. Let's see what happens at the Cardinals. Let's see if they can win that game, Gibson. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Because that was we didn't see much. We didn't see much. You know, we didn't get to see much. Next game of the week, Gibson. Let's go. The big game of the week, the most anticipated game of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Baltimore Ravens. Gibson.
Man, Pittsburgh is looking good. Pittsburgh is looking good. I'm not a big Ben favorite. I thought they should have got rid of him at the end of last year. But, my goodness, man. Pittsburgh is looking good. They're 7-0. And they beaten some top-tier teams. They went on the road and played what we consider a Super Bowl contender. Baltimore Ravens. and beat them. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. In my opinion, Mike Tomlin is in the conversation for Coach of the Year.
In my eyes, he's already won it. The way they're playing. And he could be the first black
to win 140 games and the Super Bowl.
And win the Super Bowl, right? Anyway, if y'all don't get that joke, go back to our video where we're talking him winning his 140th game, and you'll understand the joke. But all jokes aside, Pittsburgh is no joke. They came out and they rattled Lamar Jackson from the start. He had 2 turnovers. Actually, he probably had 3 turnovers because he had a fumble. So I think he had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions. They just got after him, man. They look like they were on a mission, to be honest with you. But with all that being said, I still think out of these 2 teams that the Baltimore Ravens are the best team. I think I think on the ground, J.K. Dobbins, he ran the ball fantastically throughout the whole game. Matter of fact, and Edwards ran the ball great, and Lamar ran the ball great when he wasn't fumbling it. So through the air, I still think they need to shore up that.
That J.K. Dobbins, 15 carries for 113 yards.
He was amazing yesterday, just like he was amazing against who played them, Clemson. Last year in the bowl game.
Stop.
If he doesn't injure his ankle in that bowl game, he beat you guys at Clemson.
No, he didn't injure his ankles. Clemson injured his ankles.
Okay, well,
that play. I don't even want to hear that.
Anyway, I'm sorry. You're right.
I said it. Derek Lavelle. Clemson injured that rascal. He didn't injure himself.
If he doesn't get injured, they win. But that's last year's talking. I think on defense, without those, the defense played well in the first 2.5, 3 quarters. I think the Baltimore Ravens defense played well. You can see they only got 48 rushing yards. They only got 178 through the air. But when you throw a pick six that goes to the 1-yard line, when you throw a pick six for a touchdown, when you throw a pick six for a touchdown, when you fumble the ball and they take it to the 1-yard line, your defense suffers so much. So without those turnovers by Lamar, and he plays a okay, decent game, I still think the Baltimore Raiders are better than the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I do think the Baltimore Raiders will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers if they play each other in the playoffs to go to that next spot, to be honest with you. I still think out of these 2 teams, the Baltimore Ravens are the best team.
Oh, my goodness.
Just saying, man. That's what it looked like yesterday to me, to be honest with you.
Man, are you looking at
I'm being honest. That's what I seen yesterday, to be honest. The other games of the week, Nick Foles showed why he's a backup quarterback. He had 5 yards to get on his feet. He could have just ran for 5 yards. It would have been close, but he didn't even try. He didn't even try, and got sacked, and the game was over. The New Orleans continue to look good without Michael Thomas. And let's just skip down to the game of one of the games that the rivalries of the NFL, the people that were watching probably the most of the week, because Dallas Cowboys were playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Gibson, tell me about it.
I'm going to talk about Seattle and San Francisco first. San Francisco, we see now that they're overrated.
No, get that, Gibson. That's why I skipped over the game. Stop. I skipped over the game because San Francisco, you got to give them a void. You got to give them a pass because they're injured, Gibson. Everybody on their team is injured. Stop, Gibson. Stop it. So
you telling me they're going to put an asterisk by those games and they're going to let them replay them when their players come back?
No, but you got to understand that they're hurt. They've been hurt in the first game of the season.
No, they've been hurt since they
got more injuries yesterday.
They've been hurt since they lost the Super Bowl. They overrated. They overrated. Everybody, they lost the last 3. But now that we got that out of the way, yeah, Dallas Cowboys, you know, Mike McCarthy, a bad hire. I thought it was good at first, but apparently the team is not even remotely responding to Mike McCarthy. Not even remotely responding to Mike McCarthy.
That all those phone calls and those notifications are the Dallas Cowboys fans and the 49ers fans calling your phone trying to get a hold of you because you're talking crazy.
Okay, so if we got some Dallas Cowboy fans out there, I'm glad you brought that up. If you are a Dallas Cowboy fan and you have a Dallas Cowboy jersey, please be at practice tomorrow at 10 a.m. We need your help. If you live in the Dallas area, you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, and you got a Dallas jersey, please be at practice tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Philadelphia versus the Cowboys. I know for a fact that if whoever televised this game, they wish they could have switched it up. Because the NFC East is horrible. You got a 2-6 team, or a 2-5 yesterday against the 2-4 team yesterday, and both teams look god awful. Carson Wentz overrated. Da Vinci Code, DaVinci, I don't know. Andy Dalton, take your time, son. Because if you come back next week, you're going to get put out the game again. Because you're playing Pittsburgh, and they're going to flatten you out, bend you over, and do all that to you.
Stop.
They're going to do all that to you. Now, Dallas Cowboys, who they hired, they've been mediocre. It don't matter who they got on the sideline, Gibson. Who you going to go get? If it was me and I was Jerry Jones, I would say to hell with it. I'm the captain now. Okay? I would say, listen, I'm going to be the head coach.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the head coach now. Who cares? It don't matter at this point.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Go put on your jersey, Jerry Jones, and go ahead and say, I'm ready for the season starts now.
Season starts.
Season starts now. Zeke Elliott, $50 million guaranteed. You getting 63 yards. I understand you probably couldn't do too much, but they're going to stack the box because they didn't trust the dude that can, Danichi, whatever is the Gucci Danichi, couldn't pass the ball, I understand it, but Cooper, where you at? $20 million plus. CeeDee Lamb, where you at? I did see some flashes from the defense. They played okay yesterday, but it's just the Cowboys are who the Cowboys are. 2-5. Just go ahead and lose the rest of the game and go get Trevor Lawrence. You ain't got to play Dak that $34 million next year and move on with your life. Anyway, let's get on, man. Let's talk about Tampa Bay versus the New York Giants tonight. Gibson, who you got?
Oh, man, that ain't no game.
Don't act like the New York Jets ain't never beat Tom Brady before.
It's not the New York Jets, it's the New York Giants.
Don't act like the New York Giants ain't never beat Tom Brady before.
They beat him in the Super Bowl, but guess what? That was a long time ago.
Big facts.
Different team.
You're right.
So, yeah, they're going to get blasted. The New York Giants, I don't know what they're doing over there. They
Better question then, since we already know the outcome of this game. If Tom Brady has another 5 touchdown, 300-plus yard game does he rise into that MVP conversation?
Nope. He played against high school teams. The big teams he lost to. He's playing against high school teams. No, he's not going to rise up.
I mean, Gibson.
They beat the Panthers, losing record. They beat the Broncos, losing record. They beat the Chargers, losing record. They beat the Bears. That's probably was the best team that they played out of the. Well, they didn't beat the Bears. They lost to the Bears, but they played the Packers. That was a good win, and then they beat the Raiders. Now I was surprised that they beat the Raiders. So the Raiders, you know, man, I'm shocked that they beat the Raiders. The Raiders didn't play that game, I guess, but. You know, they don't have no quality wins. I guess the one quality win would be the Raiders. But the Packers, the Chargers, Broncos, those are all losing teams. That's garbage.
Wait. You just said the Packers are losing team?
Well, the Packers, they won that game, and that's probably, well, I said the Raiders was a quality win. The Packers, I would have said it was a quality win, but they lost this week to the Vikings, which has won 2 games all year. So, obviously, the Packers are overrated. So the best quality win they have is against the Raiders.
Okay, if you say so. Hey, man, if you look at Tom Brady's numbers, man, he's playing great.
Oh,
he's playing great. I understand what you're saying, that they haven't played nobody, but looking at their schedule, don't look like they're going to play too many. They're going to play a whole bunch of nobodies coming up.
Did that on?
You got the they're gonna play the Chiefs, which is gonna be a good game, and they're gonna play the Saints again in 2 weeks. In a week. And then other than that, they got Wolf. They got the team that's only won 2 games in the Falcons. They got Detroit Lions. We know how bad they are. They got the Vikings. We know how bad they are. They got the Rams. That's okay.
They'll make the playoffs. And they'll be 1 and done. That's garbage. They not playing nobody. The Rams.
I got Tampa Bay going to the Super Bowl.
No, that ain't gonna happen. Stop.
Hey man, Tom Brady right almost got 2,000 yards, 18 touchdowns.
How they gonna get past? No, not gonna happen.
They offensive ready, baby. Offensively ready. Anyway, I'm Will. That's Bill. Thank you for tuning in to the NFL Week 8 NFL show, post game talks. Like, comment, subscribe below, man. Let us know how you feel. Let us know how those tryouts went in Dallas tomorrow. Get your jerseys. Go down there. They got tryouts. We out of here. Deuces.